Well, speaking of glamping, Katie, you're not alone in this latest trend of getting out to the wilderness, but also being comfortable.
Hmm.
Some of our favorite hotel brands are also getting in on this deal. Uh, Hyatt is out right now with a new promotion for Under Canvas.
Hmm.
You can earn 20x points, 20x total
Ooh.
points on every dollar you spend at Under Canvas. And for those who are not familiar, that is Hyatt's new glamping brand. So if you want to travel like Katie and get outside your comfort zone, but without being
Not too
uncomfortable,
far.
yeah, not too far.
Not too far.
Hyatt's got an option for you. You just need to register by June 10th, travel between June 1st and September 7th. And that's a pretty good one. But that's not the only one, right, Katie?
No, no. Hilton has an exclusive relationship with AutoCamp. And AutoCamp, again, is this they're looking to make nature more accessible without sacrificing comfort. There are 7 locations currently, and a lot of them are around national parks, again, in these types of areas where there aren't traditional hotels available. And there are 2 that are coming soon. So you've got Asheville, North Carolina. Reservations are starting for September 1st. That's a brand new location. Cape Cod, Massachusetts, the Catskills, Hill Country in Texas, and that is a brand new, not open yet. We don't have details yet or an opening date, so that will be coming at some point. And in California, you've got Joshua Tree, Russian River, Sequoia, and Yosemite, and then Zion in Utah, which was probably a couple hours from where I was. So that would be a great location as
Hmm.
well. The Sequoia location is the newest one. It just opened in March, and that is like 15 minutes from Sequoia National Park. So it's a great option if you want to do some hiking and visit the national park.
Nice.
I was curious about pricing on these. So I looked before we started recording. And of course, it varies wildly based on which location and time of year, as I'm
Yeah.
sure you would assume. But like at the Cape Cod location, I was finding days for the summer under $200, which is a great price. But then on the flip side, that Yosemite location, I was finding plenty of nights that were over 500. So, not necessarily for budget travelers. It's
All
for
right.
those travelers who want nature but don't want to be uncomfortable. And then you can book these with Hilton points, which is a great option, a cool way to use your points for something a little bit different. And I was seeing prices that were ranging from like 60 to 75,000 points per night. Our fantastic senior editor, or one of them, Stella, actually traveled to the AutoCamp Zion location for New Year's, I believe, and she wrote a full review. So we will link to that in the show notes. It's on upgradedpoints.com. And she did a great write up taking you through all of the details and amenities for that property. So if it's something that you're curious about, definitely pull up that review. It'll give you a great idea of what one of these types of locations is like.
That is so the auto camp, those are they the stream, what are they called? The
Yeah, those are those vintage Airstreams. So
Airstreams, yeah.
there's kind of an area, the resort area with different vintage Airstreams, and then I think there's like a central lodge with I forget what she said about food. You'll have to read the resort, but I
Hmm.
assume it's similar to the one I was in, where different campsites are set up, and then there's a central area with a store and a restaurant or some type of a food option.
Yeah, I've had my eye on that Cape Cod one for whenever I'm back in Boston. It's like Cape Cod's obviously a big popular destination. So it's just a matter of time, sneaking down there and getting into one of those Airstreams without breaking the bank.
Yeah, definitely. The kids would probably love it too. And I don't have a dog, but I think they're dog friendly. Stella brought her dog, so it's a great option if you want to travel with your pup.
That's cool. Um, it's not just Hyatt and Hilton. Marriott also got in the game recently. They just acquired Postcard cabins. So Katie, I'm not sure how familiar you are with all of these, but you are now the resident camping expert, glamping expert.
That is
Like it
something
or
I should
not.
not be. I should not be.
All right, if you had to choose auto camp or under canvas, what would you choose?
Okay, so I looked at some of those under canvas locations and they looked really cool and really nice, but I would have to go with auto camp in this situation because I like walls. And I staying in one of those vintage Airstreams seems much more exciting to me than staying in a tent. No matter how cool and fancy the tent is, it's still a tent.
Hmm.
So if I were booking one, I would definitely choose the Hilton Auto Camp because I like the solid walls between me and nature. What about you? Do you have an opinion?
I don't know. I've never been in an Airstream, but they look super cool. So that would be my first vote.